Hey kids, welcome to the Aniana Church of Christ Kids Show. I hope they are all doing well, and just thank you for being here and logging in every week. I know that every week my dad has been teaching y'all the books of the New Testament, so let's go over those again. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, Acts to the letters to the Romans, 1st and 2nd Corinthians, Galatians and Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, 1st and 2nd Thessalonians, 1st and 2nd Timothy, Titus and Philemon, Hebrews, James, 1st and 2nd Peter, 1st and 2nd and 3rd John, Jude and Revelation. Great job, kids. I know that every week my dad's been teaching y'all those, and my dad even showed me a video of Shelby Lynn singing Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
Hey, Cooper, what's going on, man?
I'm doing the kid show.
Why are you doing the kids show that we've been doing every week?
Well, I thought it would help.
Why are you trying to help do the kids show?
Because I thought it would be a good lesson on being a helper.
Being a helper? Oh, you're going to teach the kids about how to be that's a great lesson to learn how to be a helper. You know, I hope that every one of you kids will learn to be a helper. I hope you'll help your parents this week. I know a lot of you are at home. We're all on shelter in place and quarantine, so maybe you can help. What's ways you could help your parents?
Cleaning your room, doing dishes, folding clothes.
He needs to listen to that one. Folding clothes, washing dishes. You know, the Bible talks about being a helper, but it doesn't necessarily always use the word helper. The Bible uses the word servant. In John chapter 13, verses 1 through 7, there's a great story that...
Isn't that where Jesus washed the disciples' feet?
Jesus washes his disciples' feet. Why did he do that? He was teaching them to be...
A servant.
A servant, which is another word for...
Helper.
Helper. So we're encouraging you this week, since I've gotten my helper, we're encouraging you to be a helper at home. We hope that every one of you will try to be the best servant you can be, help your parents. Maybe some of you are with grandparents. We don't know your situation, but wherever you are, try to be a helper, try to be a servant. That's a good lesson. I appreciate it, Cooper. Thanks for coming to help. You want to help me sing another song?
Sure.
All right, let's see what we're going to sing. Hey, there's a sea in Galilee. I know y'all remember this one from a couple of weeks ago. Okay, y'all ready? There's a sea, there's a sea, there's a sea in Galilee. There's a boat in the Sea of Galilee. There's a boat in the Sea of Galilee. There's a boat, there's a boat. There's a boat in the Sea of Galilee, and there's a man in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There's a man in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There's a man, there's a man, there's a man in the boat in the Sea of Galilee, and there are hands in the man in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There's hands on the man in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There's hands, there's hands, there's hands on the man in the boat in the Sea of Galilee, and there are nets in the hands of the man in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There's nets in the hands of the man in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There's nets, there's nets. There's nets in the hands of the man in the boat in the Sea of Galilee, and there are fish in the nets in the hands of the man in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There's fish in the nets in the hands of the man in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. There's fish, there's fish, there's fish in the nets in the hands of the man in the boat in the Sea of Galilee. Good job. All right, thanks for being a helper. I'll tell you what, we got another song we're going to sing? Or yeah, you remember this one, don't you?
Yes, sir.
We're going to sing, I am a Christian. What does that spell?
Christian.
All right, everybody remember, and this is the way it goes. I am a C, I am a CH, I am a CHRISTIN, and I have CHRIST in my HEART, and I will LIVEETERNALL. Whoa. I tell you what, it's a good song. I know it, and you know it. We sing it rather kind of fast. Some of these little guys might not know that song, so what we're going to do, let's slow it down. Let's teach that song to them, okay? We're going to teach it. It goes like this. It goes, I am a C, I am a CH, I am a CHRISTIN, which spells
Christian.
And I have CHRIST, that spells Christ, in my what?
HEART.
Which is my heart. And I will LIVE, that's live.
ETERNALLY, that's eternally.
Eternally,
Forever.
all right? So let's try it one more time, and let's go real slow with this screen up here. Y'all ready? I am a C, I am a CH, I am a CHRISTIAN, and I have CHRIST in my HEART, and I will LIVEETERNALLY. I am a C, I am a CH, I am a CHRISTIN, And I have C-H-R-I-S-T in my H-E-A-R-T, and I will L-I-V-E-E-T-E-R-N-A-L-L-Y. Whew, I almost messed up on that last one. Good job, Cooper. Thanks for being my helper. But hey, we've sung a couple of songs, but you know what time it is now?
Bible story time.
It is Bible story time. We're going to hear a great Bible story time. I'll tell you what, you want to sit down and listen to the Bible story? All right. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to tell you a Bible story, but how many of you know the story of when the earth was created? If you don't know the story, you can have your mom and daddy or your grandmother and grandfather, whoever you're staying with, aunt and uncle, brother, sister, anybody that can read, pick up their Bible and look to Genesis chapter 1. In Genesis chapter 1, the very beginning of the Bible tells us the creation story. And so today we're going to go through, I'm not just going to read it, we're going to have a little slideshow that we're going to talk about. It talks about in the beginning, the creation story. And we're going to go through Genesis chapter 1 day by day, all of the different days of creation, and see what God made. So this is the creation story called In the Beginning. In the beginning, the world was empty. Darkness covered everything. The earth was made completely of water, but God had a plan. You see, what God decided to do was he separated the light from the darkness. And God said, "Let there be light," and light appeared. And so what God did then was he called the light day, and the darkness he called night. This was the end of the very first day. And God divided the waters that made up the earth. He divided the waters that were in the clouds above from the waters that were in the ocean below. And he called the space between the two waters the sky. And this was the end of the second day. And then God rolled back the water to make the dry land appear, and the earth appeared in the middle of all the waters. And then while on that land, God made hills and mountains and plants of many shapes and many colors, and they all began to appear and to grow on the earth. And this was the end of the third day. And then God put a shining sun in the sky for daytime, and for nighttime he put the moon and the stars. This was the end of the fourth day. So God had created the earth, and on the fifth day, what God did was he made all the different animals and creatures that live in the oceans and the rivers, all the different things that swim. And he also made all of the different birds that fly across the sky. This was God's creation. On the sixth day, God made animals to creep and crawl and slither and gallop. He made all of the animals on the earth on the sixth day. And then God did something very, very special. God created a man, the most wonderful creature of all. He made that person, and he named him Adam. And on the seventh day, God rested from all that he had created. This is the story of creation that you'll find in the book of Genesis, chapter 1. Like I told you before, go get your mama or your daddy or your big brother, big sister, anybody that can read, your grandmother, your grandfather, have them read Genesis chapter 1. It tells you about all of the different wonderful things that God did at the very beginning of time, at the day of creation, the first 7 days. For 6 days God created, and then on the seventh day God rested. Thanks for listening to Bible Story. Let me get my helper back up here. Cooper, come on back up. Thanks so much for helping me, buddy. I appreciate you being my helper. I hope y'all have enjoyed having Cooper here with me while we sing. I tell you what, you want to help me sing one more song?
Sure.
Let's sing one more song, and then we'll close out. And that song is right up here on the screen. I know everybody knows this one. We don't even need to go to the other screen. We're just going to leave it right here. But help me sing along. Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to him belong. They are weak, but he is strong. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so. Thank y'all for being here. You want to tell everybody bye?
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining in. Hope y'all had a good time.